Let's call a duck, or a spade, however that saying goes. The facts are the facts. The reality is that I'm not a girl. I can't dance. I'm not overly funny. I'm not overly creative. I don't look good in a bikini. So how was it that I was able to grow a pretty substantial following in a very short amount of time on this platform? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 10 laws and rules that I have lived by in order to grow my platform that hopefully can help you as well as share with you 3 of the things that I would definitely recommend avoiding if you're truly serious about trying to grow on this platform. I'm Bad Bear Gamer, and these are the 10 laws of TikTok. As always, I'm going to cross-promote to some of my other things. If you like this video, do me a favor, subscribe to this. It helps us continue to grow YouTube. We're fairly new to this channel, just looking to reach out and give valuable information that people can use. Also, you'll be able to find us on Twitch, as you could probably understand. I stream live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 8:30 Central. I also sprinkle in a few other days, so if you follow me there and click notify, you'll get notified every single time that I log online. We got a great community out there. Would love for you to stop by. Otherwise, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, all that great stuff. And also, we have an unbelievable Discord community that's relatively young. So if you are interested in joining that, the link is in the bio. Would love for you to join our Discord community. Come in, communicate, chat with some great individuals, and stay up to date with a lot of the things that we have going on. So before we get started on this list, what I first want to be able to communicate and kind of lay is the groundwork and the background story for those of you who aren't familiar with me. So my name is Curtis. I'm a 30-year-old out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And earlier in March, I started not only putting content onto TikTok, but also streaming 3 to 4 times a week on Twitch. So a couple of stats that you really need to know. I posted my first video on TikTok ever on March 7th, 2020. Since then, I've been averaging about 193 followers each day. I am well on my way to surpass 10,000 followers in my first 60 days. Almost every single one of my videos has over 1,000 views. I have 15 videos that have over 10,000 views, 7 videos with over 40,000 views, 4 videos with over 80,000 views, and 2 videos with over 100,000 views, with my top video having about 270,000 views. Now, the reason why this is important information is because I really want to communicate that I am not a one-hit wonder. I never had a million-plus view video. I never had a video that dramatically boosted all of my numbers, but instead I've averaged a very steady and consistent growth pattern while posting on TikTok. It's also good to kind of really make sure you understand the background of what my content is. Almost all of my videos are related to either gaming or streaming, which I feel is becoming a more competitive market on TikTok than people realize. And yet still I've been able to carve out kind of my niche in that marketplace and be able to build a pretty solid, sizable community. But at last, this video is entitled The 10 Laws of TikTok. So what are the rules and regulations, the things that I have followed from day one that have helped me grow my channel to the level that it's at? Well, let's get into it. I want to start off with kind of the basic things that I think a lot of people tend to talk about, but that doesn't mean that they're not true, which is why I definitely want to make sure I continue to bring them up even in this video. So number 1, coming straight from Gary Vee, is you have to be able to post consistently. If you're truly serious about growing on this platform or any other social media for that matter, you have to be able to deliver consistent content on a regular basis. For me, this means that since day one, I have averaged posting between 1 and 3 videos every single day. Yes, this requires quite a bit of planning, but the payoff is worth it. With consistent videos, you're going to realize that you're going to get more views and more attraction on a regular basis. This makes sense. The thing that doesn't make sense is which videos tend to blow up. I literally have had videos that I have worked probably an hour or 2 hours on editing and have gotten very minimal views. And then I take the video that I think is going to absolutely bomb, but I'm putting it out there just because it's still a decent part of content. And the video ends up getting more views than the past 5 videos I posted previous or the next 5 videos I post after. I have no idea how these things work, but the key is to continuously post and to be able to post consistently so that you can continue to build a following. Don't be somebody who posts only once a week, once every couple of weeks, or once a month. You can never expect to build your brand posting at that rate. Start mapping it out and start posting on a regular basis. The other thing that I really want to make clear, because I think that this is super important for this video, is that I am not an expert, nor do I claim to be. I don't have 1 million followers. I haven't been on TikTok for 2 years, right? So a lot of these things are very much unknown in the industry still, but I'm going to give you my interpretation of what has been working for me, and hopefully that will continue to work for you. But if for whatever reason you don't agree with me, understand that that's totally okay. There are hundreds of ways to become popular on this medium, and that's what I love about it. But instead, what I'm really trying to communicate are just the things that have worked for me, and hopefully you can help implement that will work for you as well. Number 2, interact as much as possible. I'm amazed at all the times that I see accounts that post videos and get comments, and there's very little interaction from the actual account owner or the person posting the content. One of the best things you can do when you're getting started is interact with people. Right? Show your personality. I got some of the most likes that I have on any of my videos on the videos where I literally responded to every single comment that anybody posted. Even if it's something as simple as thanks or replying back to a sassy comment, just giving that amount of interaction really is going to continue to boost your video views, continue to boost the following that you have, and is only going to continue to promote your brand. So make sure, especially when you're early on, you're challenging yourselves to interact with absolutely everybody. Number 3 is probably the most widely understood thing, but I'm going to say it just because of how important it is. But follow trends. Obviously, TikTok is much like any other social medium, hugely dependent on what is currently popular. But unlike other mediums, what's popular changes at a much faster rate. So when you're posting content, regardless of the type of content that you post, make sure that you are following trends and reinventing those trends as well. So for me as a streamer, this oftentimes means that a lot of my music is saved from videos that are being super popular or from audio clips that are on people's favorites or in the trending section on Facebook. Always make sure you're using things that are trending because it's going to help you pop up more often on people's For You page. Number 4, as you continue to grow, understand your audience and make sure you're studying your analytics. It amazes me that there's sizable accounts out there that still don't know that TikTok provides you for free analytics on your account. These analytics are going to help you understand who is my target audience, who am I reaching, and at what time of day or what day of the week do I need to be reaching them? So for me, I can tell that my audience, number 1, is mostly male. No surprise. Obviously, being a streamer, posting a lot of clips about Call of Duty and video games, I'm going to attract a largely male audience. But what really I use this information for is to see at what time of the day do I need to be posting. If I look at my analytics, I can see usually there's big activity starting at about noon to 2 p.m. And then I get another big jump from about 5 to 8 p.m. at night. So this means that I tend to post one video around the lunch hour, and then I'll drop 1 to 2 videos later in the afternoon to make sure that I'm maximizing the views on those videos right away. The reason why that's important has to do with the TikTok algorithm, which, understand, nobody has perfectly correct. I've done a lot of research on this. I've studied what other people have read about or posted about in blogs. And the reality is nobody has this. Plus the algorithm, I think, is changing on such a dramatically rapid basis that it's hard to get a grasp on. But I do a fair amount of posting for my professional work on other social media, specifically LinkedIn, which the algorithms tend to be similar as far as when content gets shared. Understanding the TikTok algorithm is going to help you and your videos get more views and more traffic. Here's how it works, in my opinion. TikTok originally is going to take your video and distribute it to a small sample size. Oftentimes it has to do with your followers right away. Depending on the interaction that it gets with that small sample size, it's going to decide whether or not it needs to continue to distribute. So if it gives your video to, let's say, 25 to 50 people right away, and in the first hour, it gets 10%, 15%, 20% interaction, meaning people are liking it, commenting it, sharing it, whatever, it's going to continue to distribute. It says, ooh, this is a valuable piece of content. I'm now going to distribute this to 200 people. And then the 200 people have the same ratio. They're interacting with it on a great basis. So that means, ooh, this is really good content. I'm now going to distribute this to 1,000, to 10,000 or more. That's how videos go viral. So how this relates to the analytics is if you can post a video strategically around when your audience is going to be online, you have a better chance of getting those videos seen early and often and interacted with in a proper manner that then is going to tell TikTok that this is a valuable piece of content and want it to continue to distribute it. So make sure you're paying attention to your analytics and you're really taking into account when and how you should be posting new content. Number 5. Understand your brand. Just like any other form of marketing, if you're really trying to grow, you want to understand your brand image and you want to make that uniform across all of your videos. So for me, I've not only developed a logo that represents my brand as Bad Bear Gamer, but all of my videos have the exact same formatting content. Now, no, I did not originate this or create it myself. I spent a large amount of time studying other popular creators, not only on the TikTok platform, but for me in my industry, also in the streaming industry as well. And I came across a couple of individuals that were excelling at a very high rate, specifically one streamer named Crusader. Now, I've told Cruz to herself that I copied her format because I do respect the hell out of the way that she markets. And so my videos mimic a lot of the type of formatting that she does with some own personal twists. But there's nothing wrong with that. The worst thing that you can do is take content and not give the owner credit. But as long as you're giving credit where credit is due, and as long as you're making an effort to improve on it and not just steal it verbatim, this is a community that's all about sharing. So feel free to borrow ideas as long as you make sure you give credit where credit is due. So those were the top 5. And in my opinion, those 5 things are kind of the basic ground level tier 1 type operations and things you need to know to grow your brand. The next 5 are what I consider to be the upper echelon, the top tier things that are going to help you grow. And these are going to be a little bit higher level thinking and the things that I believe a lot of people aren't talking about in their videos on how to grow your brand. So number 6 is video length, or the length of the videos that you post. When we talk about the TikTok algorithm, on top of how many people interact with this in a short amount of time, another characteristic that really gets paid attention to is how many times is your video being watched fully through. So if you post a full 60-second original video of content that you're super proud of, you have to understand that if people watch that, they're probably only going to watch a portion of that, or maybe just the entire thing, and then they're going to flip off to the next thing. Versus when you end up posting a shorter piece of content, somewhere between 8 to 15 seconds, there's higher likelihood that people are going to watch it fully and then potentially watch it again and again to pick up on pieces that they missed. If you assume that the average person is going to watch a video for 45 seconds, I can get 3 views out of a 15-second clip, whereas I only get 75% of my total clip on a 60-second one. So I understand that we're really proud of original content and want to be delivering these big, long videos, but I urge you, if you want more viewership, make shorter videos and cut out all the fat and get to what really matters. Force yourself to say, if I had to take this video and trim it down to 15 seconds, what does that look like? And take that content and use that to display. You're going to get a lot more viewership because the algorithm's going to identify it as a popular piece of content because it's getting more views on a regular basis. Number 7, I don't have a great name for. It's called a lot of different things as I research it online. Some people call it the blacklist. Some people call it the whitelist. Whatever you want to call it, the reality is that TikTok is going to bottleneck your videos if you have copyright infringement. So if you post a new video and you realize that your viewership is way lower than it traditionally is, this is about 80% of the time what's going on. If TikTok believes that you're a creator who posts copyright infringed content, it's going to restrict the amount of distribution that it gives to your content. Makes sense. So when I noticed this happen with mine, one thing that I immediately look for is I'm going to go back through my entire library of videos. And as you flip through, in the lower right-hand corner is the little record player spinning to the audio track that you selected for that. If you see a yellow dot in the middle of that, or if no sound is playing at all and it strictly says up top that due to copyright infringement, this has been removed, you need to immediately delete that video. Now, it's still going to take about 24 to 48 hours for TikTok to update and kind of clear the bottleneck that it placed upon you. But this is going to free up your content to get back to the free-flowing distribution that you want it to be. The other thing you got to be looking out for is if TikTok bans any of your videos due to company guidelines. If this ever happens, delete the video immediately. Just like on the copyright infringement, this is going to bottleneck your distribution and completely limit the amount of viewers you're potentially getting on your new content. Keep your page free and clear from any company guidelines or copyright infringements at all times. Understand that a lot of times this isn't even your fault. As a creator, a lot of times I'm going to take audio content that's either trending or something that I see on somebody else's page that I think could really, that music could really bode well with one of my videos. So I'm going to save it for later. But TikTok goes back and ends up understanding it maybe 2 weeks after it posted, a month after it posted, that now it's being identified as copyright infringement, and it's going back and banning anybody who used that audio. So although I didn't create that audio myself and I took it from somebody else, I am now getting that same bottleneck action because the copyright is still on my page. So don't take it personally, but definitely be aware it exists and clear it out as soon as you get it, because it's going to free your page back up. Number 8 is by far the number one thing that drives me nuts. And it drives me nuts for multiple reasons. Number 1, because people don't understand it. But then number 2, because there's so much misinformation out there about how this truly works. What number 8 is hashtags. And you need to understand how to use these correctly. We talked about earlier, making sure that you're staying on point with your brand and your audience. So I'm going to use myself as an example. I am a gamer. I am a streamer. I want my audience to be people who are interested in gaming and streaming. The misinformation that is out there about how to use hashtags, about how you should only use hashtags that are trending, and you should always put the For You page as the very first hashtag, and FYP and For You and For You page, all of them on every single video. Understand this is going to kill your image. Unless you are a content creator that is absolutely recognized and appreciated by every group of people. So specifically, this goes into super attractive individuals or those who are really creative or good at dancing. Everybody else probably has a demographic that they're trying to really target to, and understanding I'm not right for everybody. So if I put FYP as my first hashtag, the group of people that immediately are going to see my video is the biggest conglomerate, the biggest mixture of people. And that's going to kill my viewership. We talked earlier about the algorithm and how it works. Sample size. It needs to get viewership in order for it to continue to distribute. If I start by going after the biggest conglomerate, my viewership is going to be relatively small. Versus if my first hashtag is Call of Duty, my video is immediately going to be produced and sent to people who are interested in Call of Duty. It's going to get much higher viewership because it relates to those individuals. Typically, I do no more than 5 hashtags on every single video. And almost on every single video, 4 of them are the exact same. Hashtag Call of Duty. Hashtag Modern Warfare, hashtag Warzone, hashtag gaming, hashtag gamer, hashtag Xbox, hashtag, FPS for first person shooter, hashtag FYP at the very end, because I want that to be the last one on there. So it does go out to try to reach a new audience as the last attempt. But all in all, I am containing my viewership to the target audience that I want to be reaching. And this is by far the number one reason why I think my videos consistently get the amount of views that they do. Hashtags are something that absolutely you can control. Once you understand your target audience, and you understand your brand of what you're trying to distribute, hashtags are the way that you can control the distribution of your content to those individuals. Don't use what's trending. Don't use hashtags that are so broad it's going to reach everybody unless you're so confident in yourself that you believe this content is good for everybody. I want my 40-year-old dad to see this as much as I do my 18-year-old sister. Pay attention to it. It is by far the number one thing that you can control, and it drives me nuts, just like cowboy butts. So number 9 on this list has to do specifically with anybody who creates captured content. So a lot of my streamers who take video content from their streams or their gaming and want to post that on, understand that TikTok is just like any other social media in that it is meant to be social. Don't just take game clips and throw them into TikTok. 99.9% of us aren't good enough to get by on our gameplay alone. What has grown my content more than my gameplay is the fact that I'm letting people in to know who I am as a person. On all of my videos is my face that they can see and interact with, my voice that they can hear me talking, and then a lot of times it also has to do with my party or my friends that I'm playing with. They can hear them as well. It becomes this social element, which is exactly what TikTok is supposed to be. Nobody wants to see your game clip that has no audio of you and no video of you unless the game clip is just utterly insane. So try to do everything you can to bring the social element in. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't post those types of clips, but it just means that every now and then you definitely should do a TikTok that is of you. I want to see your face. I want to hear your voice. I want to see you acting stupid or being personable. I want to connect with you as a content creator and give me a reason to want to follow you. And then number 10 is especially important for those who are continuously trying to grow, which is you need to be able to cross promote. TikTok is a great marketing funnel, but it is not a revenue-based marketing funnel. It means that there aren't people out there except for the upper echelons with sponsorship deals that are making a dime from TikTok. So instead, for a lot of content creators, you want to use it as a marketing funnel to channel towards your other revenue-generating marketing funnels. So for me, my number one funnel drives towards my Twitch account. This is exactly how in my first 30 days, I was able to hit affiliate status with Twitch based on the community that I had grown on TikTok. But this doesn't have to be Twitch, right? If you're not a gamer, drive towards your Instagram, drive towards your Twitter, drive towards your YouTube page. Whatever is the other mediums that you are posting on and are more revenue generating, make sure that's where you're putting that content and you're being able to cross promote over to those platforms to build a following on those as well. Also, take advantage of the free link that TikTok gives you to post in your bio. So in my bio, not only do I talk about the days in which I stream on Twitch, but I also have a link that you can immediately click to go out to my Twitch page. If you're doing this on YouTube, put your YouTube link. If you're doing this on Twitter, put your Twitter link. But you should absolutely have a link to the other platform that you are number one most concerned about cross-promoting to so that people know how to easily get there and can help build your following on those other networks as well. So again, those are the 10 laws, the 10 things that I have been following since day one. I hope this video has helped you, but like I stated in the beginning, I'm going to give you 3 things as well that I think you should absolutely avoid that drive me nuts if you're a content creator on TikTok. So let's hit those fast. Number 1, never, ever do a follow for follow on TikTok. I see a lot of people do this where they say, if you follow me, I'll follow you. If you like this video, I'll like one of yours. It comes off super cheap, comes off super unauthentic. And the reality is that the people that you're getting are going to be cheap and unauthentic. You want to grow an organic brand on this media platform that's going to help you continue to grow on top of it. If you fill those things up with empty calorie relationships, it's never going to help you grow. You want substantial relationships, substantial followers that are going to continue to interact and promote your content moving forward. Number 2, never expect anything else in return. It's so important that you understand that this is not a for-service operation. These people are not here to help you grow. You're there to help entertain them and make their day slightly better with your content. That's it. So when I see people who are asking for donations openly in their videos or demanding that people follow or like their content, it drives me nuts. Instead, reach out the other hand and try to help people as much as possible. As you continue to grow and people are asking you questions, which does happen, take the time and the energy to respond to those questions with thoughtful, meaningful responses. Help other people improve their pages and their content, and you're going to continue to grow that strong community of individuals that you want and need to continue to grow. And then number 3 is specifically for my gamers, specifically for my Call of Duty people. If you are a gamer and you play Call of Duty and you post your clips on TikTok, this is by far the number one thing you have to understand, which is don't ever post clips of shipment. I get it. Everybody gets a lot of kills on shipment. So when you get a 7 kill streak or you get a chopper gunner or you got some crazy kill on shipment, it's not that impressive. The map is 10 by 10. Freaking everybody's on top of each other. Everybody's getting kills. It's pure chaos. Instead, choose game films from other maps that require a little bit higher level of skill and that the average viewer is going to respect. So that's it, guys. That's what I got for you. Hopefully you got some great content out of this. If you like this content, if this is going to help you, do me a favor. Click subscribe on this video. Make sure you click the little bell to stay updated every time I upload new content. And as always, if you need anything from me, don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, stay safe out there and happy gaming.